Hello guys and welcome to Blue Block. Today in this episode, we won't be gameplaying, it's another coding episode. This is about Unity and we'll be learning about the setup. So while it may look really confusing with all these buttons and all these sections, to be honest, it was the same for me. It was really confusing and I did not know what to do. But I'm here to help and I'm here to explain. So first we're going to start out with the hierarchy. This area is for where all your game objects go. So for example, the main camera is right here. We can move it around and stuff. And it shows what the camera is seeing. You can move this around as well to your liking. But this is the default preset for it to be right there. And then we have the directional light, which is where the light's coming from, of course, in your game or whatever you're making. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and create a cube real quick to show you something else. Our inspector tab over here. This shows everything that is inside of your game object. So it shows the position. We change it to 60. That's way off. We can change it to 20. No, that's still way off. 2 or 3. There we go. That moved it. And you can move it with here too, and it shows it on the value. So it's basically everything that has to do with your game object. And it's the same with everything else. You can see everything here. The color, change it to green or any color really. And as you see, it's shining on the cube, changing its color very slightly. And then the main camera, so it just has everything a game object has in it. So that's the inspector tab, and that's the hierarchy. Now we have the project. The project tab is used for, you can make scripts in this tab, and it's for making, it's for accessing scripts. So I'm going to show you right here. You can create a folder, which you can call, I don't know, movement. And then you can go inside the folder like this by double clicking, and now we're in the movement folder, and we can go to create C# script and click on that and then name it movement to code for, I don't know, movement or whatever we're coding for. So the project area is basically for making folders with different scripts in it, so you can make a folder of like, I don't know, animals and have scripts of different animals and stuff. So that's it for the project. And now we have console. The console is used for if you have anything wrong in your script, it'll show up here. So if you have an incorrect piece of code, you can check the console to see the errors that show up here. Or it's not even errors sometimes, because some scripts that are made to show up here can show up here as well, that aren't errors. So now we covered the inspector, the hierarchy, the project, and the console. Let's do these. The scene is all about, of course, what you're seeing in your game, how it looks. You can move it around with any of these. Well, this is just touching the objects and stuff and moving them around. I just used the grab tool. And then this is the rotate tool, where you can grab stuff and you rotate it like that. And then you can use the scaling tool to make stuff wider or taller or just longer. And then you can use the rectangle tool to shape things yourself in a way. I personally don't use this much because it's really weird. I don't use it much. But there you have that. And then here's the transform tool, which it gives you stuff. It lets you do anything easier. You can rotate it anytime you want. You can move it. You can scale it. So it basically has all these things in one. And then you have the edit bounding volume, which basically you could just change the shape of it here again too. But it's you can find the exact, you're changing the, I never actually used this tool much, but you're changing like the scaling of it. I don't usually use this much like at all. And then there's the game tab, which here you can see what's going on in your game. As you can see, this is from the camera view. Our cube that we just messed around is over there. And, well, the camera's way over there, the block is over there, and you can see why it looks like that in the game area. And then these buttons at the top, this is the start button, pause button, and then this is just hold on. This is the start button, and that finished loading. That allows the game to play out. So if if it's paused, then the game won't play out like at all. The game, if the game is continuing on, as long as this is unpaused. If you pause it, it'll pause your game. But if you make code when this is on, it won't work. Because as soon as you turn this off, all the code that you did will just delete. Because when you turn this on, it's considered being in play mode. So everything is in play mode. So when you get out of play mode, everything will delete. So be mindful of that. You can click that to get out of play mode, and that really gets me a lot of times. You really need to remember to turn this off, and it's really important. So yeah, there you have it. These at the top, this is the file tab for just, importing your files, exporting your files. And then this is for editing your project, of course, because it says it by the name. You can select your components and stuff, all your components, and then you can also duplicate things, play things, pause things from here. And then your assets, your assets are basically the things that help you code your game. You don't need to use assets, but you can make your own too. But you do need to make them, but you don't need to use someone else's. You can make your own. And then here's the tab for playing around or creating game objects, which appear there in the hierarchy. And then here are your components, which you can also add to your game objects, and they also appear in the hierarchy. And then here's the window tab, which shows like everything you have. Like there's the panels that show like the console, game object, hierarchy, everything. It shows like the different layouts. You can make your own layout if you'd want. You can like this is basically the tab for messing around with your project, because you see the audio in here, do the audio mixer, and then there's the animation where you can do like if you import your animation into here, you can see it with this tab. And then here's the help section that shows all the areas that you can go to help at. There's the About Unity, Unity Manual, scripting reference, Unity Learn, services, forums, answers, feedback, check for updates. There's a lot of things. And here I'm going to show you how to make your own preset. You can move the tabs around as you wish. So you can move the hierarchy over, I don't know, up there. You can move the hierarchy over here. Instead of the inspector tab, you can switch them around. And you can really just put them anywhere you want. It does not matter. You can do that, and you can mix the ones at the top together, and make a third tab. But it's just a whole bunch of presets out there that you can just do. And if you messed it up by chance and you want it to go back to normal, just click on default after pressing this button up here, and it'll switch everything back to normal. But you can also, I don't know, mess it up, like put hierarchy down in there and inspector on top of that. You can save this monstrous layout and call it, I don't know, insane. And then you could save it, and then go back here, and then go to, let's see, where is load layout? Load layout. We can go to load layout, and I don't think it's in there. Did it save? I think it's saved. Oh wait, here it is. Yes. You can go to your layout, and then you can go to your preset that's set already there. It stays. It goes there once you save it and stuff. And then there you have it. You can make your own presets, find them in here, and that's just about it of everything that you need to know in Unity. It makes stuff a lot simpler, so you don't need to just try to figure things out yourself, because it was really complicated to me when I first started. So, remember to like, subscribe, and I'll see you later.